Now, my friends across the political aisle are cheering the Supreme Court's 5-4 decision today that struck down, on vagueness grounds, a federal immigration statute that triggered deportation for individuals convicted of violent crimes. The illegal alien in the case had been arrested for burglary, which both the Obama and Trump DOJ argued should trigger deportation. Why? Since the defendant's conduct posed a significant risk of violence. Well, Neil Gorsuch, of course, the newest justice of the court, applied a textualist approach in deciding to join the liberal justices in the majority. Justices Roberts, Thomas, Alito, and Kennedy dissented on grounds that the statute's language was plenty clear. But look, setting aside which theory of statutory interpretation is most faithful to the Constitution, do any of you wonder why this is an issue at all? I mean, look, anyone here illegally, except the DACA people, is potentially a deportable alien under current law. In other words, if you don't have permission to be here, go home. Well, maybe the government can't deport 12 million people. We hear that all the time. But certainly they could deport a lot if they wanted to. But Democrats, however, are not interested in enforcing the law. Instead, they're interested in growing their voter rolls. And the Democrats, they don't even recognize victims of illegal alien crime. Now, remember, according to reports, Jamil Shaw's father said he never received a call from President Obama after he lost his son. But remember, he found time, President Obama, to call that other victim, Sandra Fluke. But I digress. Governor Jerry Mr. Sanctuary Brown was in Washington today, and he was asked about the cities in California rejecting his sanctuary policies. Well, remember, the sanctuary laws forbid state and local police agencies from even notifying the federal government when incarcerated illegals are about to be released onto the streets.
The leaders of these local communities, from mayors to sheriffs, are saying that your law favors the rights of criminal illegal aliens over the rights and the safety of those communities. Your response?
Absolutely false. And I'd like to see a scintilla of evidence that would support such an outlandish Fox proposition.
Well, hold on. That's not a Fox proposition.
I think Fox News exploits this issue. We have criminals that do horrible things all the time. Which ones may be documented, which ones are, I'll be glad to look at that. But we have a very strong law enforcement community in the state. And I think to scapegoat the immigrants by these very biased stories, I don't think...
Look, with all due respect, you have more than a dozen communities...
With all due respect, I want to protect people. And for you to say that we don't care about victims is really a calumny.
Well, with all due respect, to use his language, some of your own county officials are saying your policies don't seem to care about victims past or future. And just yesterday, Los Alamitos voted 4-1 to align themselves with the Trump administration in opposing Brown's sanctuary state policies. And today, San Diego County voted to do the same. Wow. So how long can Jerry Brown allow this to go on? He's tearing his state apart, and he's endangering its citizens. And now Brown is even waffling on his response to the president's call to send National Guard troops to protect the border. Well, Governor Moonbeam says he's willing to send 400 troops so long as they have nothing to do with immigration enforcement. What are they going to do? Build schools? Build walls? What the heck are they supposed to do? Well, regardless of the threat they might present to the citizens of California, illegals, they're always welcome, so long as liberals are in charge there. Now, this is California Democratic Congressman Brad Sherman, who was with me on The Angle a few weeks ago.
Look, you have more crime in California than Wyoming because you have more people in California than Wyoming.
Are we to tell the American people tonight that because the California wants to be sanctuary, fugitive state, whatever you want to call it, we have to sacrifice a certain number of Americans for this utopian idea that borders are pointless?
The fact is, if you want less crime, move to the Cayman Islands. They got so few people here. There you can go a whole week without a violent crime.
Is that your argument? So that's their argument? If you want to be safe from illegals, move to the Cayman Islands? My friends, this is madness. As I often say, if enforcing our immigration laws spares one American from death or rape or theft or abuse, it's